Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. What the fuck? This should be pissing me off. Okay. I already know I'm about to go the fuck off in this episode because y'all, I'm like pissed. I'm a little fed up. I'm in this energy right now of like literally, like, you know how people say fuck the haters? I am genuinely in the energy of fuck the haters because right now, yo, it is so fucking hot in here. Whew! I'm genuinely in this energy right now where if you want to cross me, you better fucking watch out. Like, I'm not joking around this time. I'm not playing around because so many people in my life have walked all over me, have used me, have lied to me, have manipulated me, have made me like genuinely trust them as a person, and then they want to switch up on me. So I'm at this point in my life right now where I'm not friends with anybody. I'm single. I'm not talking to any man. I am not talking to a single man because I literally couldn't care less about a man right now. That is the least of my worries, the least of my concerns. And to be honest, yeah, it would be nice to have somebody like that in my life, and it obviously would be amazing to have friends. But I'm at a point in my life where it's like, if you're not here, if you're not meeting me at the level I know I fucking deserve when it comes to relationships at this point, if you're not meeting me there, then you're not in my life. Because I'm not afraid to be alone. I'm not afraid to be alone. I'm not afraid to be on my own until the right people come along. That's really where I'm at right now in my life. And like, if you're somebody who wants to play games, if you're somebody who lies, if you're somebody who manipulates, if you're somebody who thinks that like you can kind of just half-ass our relationship in a way, then you're not the one for me. And I'm literally not accepting that kind of treatment. I'm not accepting a person like that in my life ever again. Like, genuinely. I'm really at this point where I'm just cutting motherfuckers out of my life, and I'm just doing me, and I'm just trying to build me up, because you know how many people have tried to tear me down in my life? Like, genuinely, I don't think I've had a real connection where somebody hasn't tried to bring me down, or where somebody hasn't been jealous, somebody hasn't had hidden intentions, a hidden agenda. I don't think I've had a connection like that in my life ever. Ever. And it's okay, because we live and we learn. And I know that I eventually will have those connections, but the thing is that, like, I just want to say, if you want those connections in your life, you have to be willing to cut out the people who don't meet you at the level that you feel like you deserve. Because if you're settling for certain people in your life right now, if you're settling for friendships that aren't great for you, if you're settling for friends that talk shit about you or have, like, jealousy towards you, if you're settling for that, then you're not leaving room for actual friendships to come in, for genuine friendships to come in. And same thing goes with a partner. If you're with somebody right now where you feel like you're not happy, where you feel like you're settling, where you feel like you could get somebody better, even if you don't feel like you could get somebody better, I'm gonna be completely real with you. Even if you don't feel like you could get somebody better, it's not even fucking about that. It's not even about that. It's not even about, oh, can I get somebody better? Will people be interested in me if I, drop this motherfucker? It's not even about that. It's about you not putting up with bullshit and you not being in relationships that don't serve you and that, if anything, add negativity to your life and drain the fuck out of you. So it's not about who's gonna come after the breakup, who's gonna come after you end this shit. It's just about ending it. Like, I'm gonna be completely fucking real with you. It's about ending it. Period. And you're gonna be alone. You're gonna be alone. You might be alone for a whole fucking year. Maybe even longer. But would you rather be alone and be at peace in a way and have more respect for yourself and also therefore have other people respect you more? Would you rather have all of that, or do you want to continue being in connections that make you feel like fucking shit about yourself? That's a genuine question that you have to ask yourself. Like, that's a genuine question that you have to ask yourself. You have to be so real with yourself. You have to be so real with yourself. I was in a connection not that long ago, you guys, where it was like a 2.5 year connection, and we lived together for 2.5 years. I really thought this was the one. I really thought this motherfucker was the one. And he thought the same thing. We talked about marriage, we talked about children, we talked about all that shit, you know what I mean? And then there came a time where I kind of had this realization of like, wait, this motherfucker is using me right now. And like, I don't want to talk too much about it because it's still somewhat fresh. We've only been broken up for like 6 months. There came a point where I was like, this motherfucker is using me. He's not giving me anything. Like, genuinely wasn't giving me anything. Wasn't giving me compliments, wasn't giving me gifts, wasn't giving me his time, energy, attention. Like, I'm talking about like the shit that is a basic necessity in relationships. And yeah, so there came a point, you know, and it wasn't always like that. I'm not gonna completely shit on this person. It wasn't always like that, but there did come a point where I was like, at this point, it's just all me. At this point, it's just all me. It's just all give and all take. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I was giving so much to this person, and I felt like I was getting nothing in return, you know? And so I had this moment where I had to be really fucking honest with myself. Even though we talked about marriage, even though we talked about kids, even though he was great in the beginning of the relationship, and even though he showed me his potential in a way, he didn't uphold his end of the bargain. You know what I'm saying? So I had to drop him. Because I'm the type of person where like, and y'all should be this way too, by the way, but I'm the type of person where it's like, the minute someone shows me that they're not worth my time, I don't care how much it hurts me. I don't care if I don't want to do it. I drop them because I have to. Because I know what I deserve and I know my worth. And so I don't really care if I'm maybe getting something out of the connection or if it's going to make other people upset, if, you know, this person's going to be really hurt. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because what matters is you. And what matters is your happiness. And what matters is, you know, you living up to your potential in a way, you living up to those, you know, because the thing is too, is that like also when I was with this person, I put a lot of my dreams on the back burner. And I put a lot of things that I wanted to go after on the back burner. And not only that, but I also put myself on the back burner. Like, I wasn't putting myself as a priority, which is something that at the time I was really preaching. But I wasn't doing it. I wasn't walking my talk. And that was a hard decision for me to make, you know, breaking up with this person, because although there was that connection there and although I did genuinely love this person, I simply had to come to terms with the fact that, like, they weren't giving me the kind of treatment that I knew I wanted and also deserved in a way. So I really had to come to terms with that and drop them. Even though it was really hard and, you know, it's never easy being broken up with or being the one breaking up with the person. In every single one of my relationships, I've been the one to break up with the person. Although you would think that that's like the easier side of the breakup, it's just as hard. I mean, with my experience, it's been just as hard as being broken up with, because it's never easy to hurt the other person. And if you're somebody who struggles with people pleasing or feeling guilty over a lot of things, or, you know, you just struggle, you just like if you're somebody that cares a lot about like how other people feel, it can be really hard to drop people out of your life that you know don't serve you and don't like benefit you in a way, because you're worried about how it's going to make these other people feel. And typically, in my experience, it's been this thing of like, I have very, and I don't want to sound cocky necessarily, but I have very special and rare energy to me. I'm a very kind, loving person. I'm a very understanding person, and anybody who gets to have access to me genuinely, it's a gift. Like, it's a gift to have access to me as a person. And I really, really have been realizing this recently. Like, I've always kind of known that, but I feel like the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, has really been pushing me to like actually realize it. because it's like I've always realized that my energy is very special and rare, and that anybody who has access to me, like, genuinely, their lives change. Like, seriously, I'm not just saying this to be like a fucking cocky bitch. I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm all this, I'm all that, you know, but genuinely, like, when I come into people's lives, I change their lives for the better. And I'm a very, like, positive inspiration to a lot of people, and I'm a very, like, understanding, kind person, like I said. So I've always known that, and I'm sure anybody who's listening to this podcast, you have this as well, you know? Like, I feel like anybody who's listening to this, you resonate with me and my energy at some level. And so I feel like y'all are also like that. Like, y'all have got to have some kind of goodness going on in you. Like, I know it. If you're here, you got it. Trust me. And actually, some of you might need to hear that. Like, you got it. Like, you're it. You're it. You're her. You're him. Like, you are the shit. And you have to know that. You have to fucking know that. And you have to own that. And you have to, like, cause, oh my God, I feel like some of you guys actually genuinely need to hear that. Like, you are the shit. Cause some of you guys might not even realize that. Okay, y'all, so apparently my camera, like, got too hot, so it literally turned off. And by the way, if you're listening to this as a podcast, I post these videos on YouTube as well, so go check out my YouTube if you want. And then you can see, like, the video versions. I basically just sit in my car and record this shit. But my camera is also on low battery right now, you guys, so I'm gonna kind of try and wrap this up here soon because I don't want it to die on me, like, mid-sentence or some shit. I would like this episode to be longer, but it is what it is. I just need to, like, get this message out there for anyone that needs to hear it, to be honest. This was a very, like, last minute thing that I decided to do, record an episode right now. So, yeah, I was saying before that, like, some of you guys might be in a place where you need to, like, be remembering who the fuck you are. Like, you might actually need to be remembering the certain shit that you've, like, endured throughout your life, I feel like, you know? I mean, that's something that I've really had to realize with myself, where it's like, bitch, you went through this, you went through that, and you went through this and that and this and that, and you're gonna sit here and you're gonna act like you aren't this strong-ass motherfucking being? Like, you're gonna genuinely sit here and act like all that shit didn't happen for a reason. Like, some of you guys just might need to be hearing, like, the certain path, because if you're resonating with me, then you resonate with this probably. Your path has been a little different than a lot of other people's, and that ain't for no reason, okay? Your path has been different because you're supposed to be different. And you're supposed to be different in a good way. Like, you're supposed to bring something different to this world. That's the overall, like, message that I'm trying to, like, convey. And I will be conveying that in a lot of my episodes. Like, if you resonate with me and if you resonate with these episodes, y'all are seriously meant to change this world. Like, I know you are. Like, whoever is listening to this, you have something in you that not everybody has. And you need to realize that. And so, I mean, to kind of, like, wrap up this episode, like I was talking about before, I know that whoever is listening to this, y'all are special and y'all have something really powerful to offer this world. And there's something in your energy that is so different than a lot of other people's. And this is why there's going to be so many people who try to bring you down. This is why you're going to have friends, family, lovers, you know, romantic partners who you feel like you may settle for people that are not good enough for your energy. And I don't want that to sound like you're too good for them, because you're not, like, too good. You're not better than anybody, but there is a certain purity to your energy and to you, and you just need to be careful who you're giving access to that. Be careful with who you are giving your time and energy to, please, because I feel like you need to know that you're valuable, and that you need to make sure that the people you're allowing into your life match that value, you know, and deserve what it is that you give. Like, I'm being so real when I say that, because throughout my life, I have given so many people my time and energy when they literally did not deserve it. And so I just want you guys to learn from my mistakes, or I want you to hear what I'm saying, and I want you to be like, okay, clock it. Like, you know, like, okay, it's time to cut them off. If you feel like there's somebody in your life that's draining you, somebody that you've been getting this feeling inside of you where you doubt the connection, or you feel like, maybe I can do better, maybe I can have better friends. Take that and run with it, because I'm telling you, you're getting that feeling for a reason. You have those thoughts for a reason. The person I broke up with 6 months ago, every single day for a while, I constantly would think about breaking up with them. And then I would gaslight myself and tell myself that I was just having doubts about an actual real good connection. Bitch, that ain't a real good connection. That's not a good connection. This motherfucker is draining you. And he's making you feel like you're not enough. And he's not treating you the way that somebody like you deserves to be treated. So if you resonate with that, know that it is okay to drop them. My camera also just like heated up too much again. So I really don't want to end this episode, and I really don't want to like end this message here, but I think I might have to, honestly. Anyways, yeah, I really hope that this helped somebody out there. I hope this resonated with somebody out there, and I hope that this helped you in some way. Go follow me on TikTok, go follow me on my Instagram. I post like really motivational shit, you know, just shit talking about basically what I'd be preaching on here. So yeah, go check that out if you want. And I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.